Now to a CNBC exclusive, and India has joined the US-led Pax Silica framework, a major development in Washington's push to shape global AI hardware supply chains. The move brings a BRICS member and one of the world's largest tech markets into that US-backed effort focused on advanced semiconductors and AI infrastructure. At the same time, the US State Department is also moving to operationalize that strategy, launching a new concierge service to speed up access to American-made AI chips for trusted partners. It's also rolling out a $200 million Edge AI package for the Indo-Pacific, aimed at securing smartphones and edge devices across the region. The U.S. Undersecretary of State, Jacob Helberg, arrives in India today to attend the India AI Impact Summit and formalize those agreements. We spoke just a short time ago.
China has 1.4 billion internal users that allows its own champions like Huawei and SMIC to amortize those R&D costs across a massive domestic base before they even export a single unit. And so ultimately, that gives them a built-in cost advantage due to pure economies of scale, allowing them to dump a lot of underpriced hardware. And so partnering with India is actually part of a strategy to offset that unit economics advantage. India is the only nation that surpasses China's demographic scale. They actually have more people. And 2 weeks ago, the US and India issued a joint statement on trade that really focused on opening India's market to help create a demand floor for US tech companies. So knowing that they have access to India's 1.4 billion consumers actually allows US firms to invest in massive manufacturing capacity upfront and lowering their marginal cost to a level where they can actually beat their competitors globally. So it's very significant.
And on India specifically, I know I've been speaking to a couple of people for some reflections on this, and they're scratching their head in a way because India is also the chair of BRICS, right? This is the group where China is a founding member and Russia is a key security partner. How does state reconcile that, having India join Pax Silica, but also knowing that this is a partner that's also firmly in the BRICS camp?
So Pax Silica is really not about China. It is about America. We want to secure our supply chains. And right now, most of the manufacturing and industrial capacity happens to be concentrated in China. But ultimately, we view India as a partner to help de-risk and diversify those supply chains. We want to partner with countries who are reliable, who can provide certain contributions in a cost-effective way. And we think India actually provides a lot of strategic benefits, especially from an economies of scale standpoint for our companies.
You're also launching what you're calling a chip concierge service as well. So walk me through that. How will this chip concierge service actually help allies compared to the existing approach?
Absolutely. So the State Department is going to start piloting a new white glove concierge service for Pax Silica countries to accelerate the acquisition of American-made core AI infrastructure products. And this is really part of our strategy to win the AI race. And so today we're actually announcing two big initiatives focused on competing at the core and competing at the edge. The concierge service was really based on the acknowledgement that a lot of our allies know that they want AI infrastructure, but they often struggle to understand the full scope of what they need, including power and cooling and software and hardware that goes along with AI infrastructure. So the U.S. Department of State is leveraging its embassies and its diplomatic workforce on the ground in these countries to help provide consultative support and to streamline that process. As part of that process, we're going to facilitate touch points and discussions, including discussions for financing mechanisms with the Development Finance Corporation. And really what this means, and the reason it's significant, is because it actually helps turn our diplomats into business development officers for American AI, ensuring that American technology wins contracts over alternatives by making the buying process easier for our allies.
One of the other major announcements to come out so far is this $200 million Edge AI package as well. Why is it important, and why is the US focusing on this in particular?
Well, it's very important because competing in AI isn't just about competing at the core, it's also about competing at the edge. And This package actually highlights the State Department's aperture, broadening of its aperture on foreign aid. We're putting technologies and our national interests at the center of our approach, and that means doing good by making America more competitive. And so we're going to award up to $200 million in foreign assistance funding to subsidize the price of low-cost smartphones running on an American operating system with American software apps. This program is going to make millions of smartphones more competitive vis-a-vis subsidized low-cost competitors. And ultimately, what that means is that it's going to help promote connectivity and opportunity for the recipients while also promoting the American OS and application ecosystem. And so we decided to launch this because we realized that edge AI is where a lot of real world decisions happen, and that the smartphone is the main interface of the world that much of the world will experience when they interact with AI. And so ultimately, we had to compete in this key node of the AI infrastructure stack.